I think she says a lot by saying absolutely nothing.
This is huge. Harry and Meghan are leaving the palace to become financially independent.
Her immediate success. I think she feels like she has paid her dues for so long as a struggling actress.
You see, this is what happens when you bring the first black woman into the royal family. Yeah.
She was supposed to be in the royal family, and she didn't accomplish what she was supposed to accomplish. It just shows this is not an equally shared marriage of purpose, and it's just not working that way. I mean, why would it? You have to pay your dues again. I mean, you are starting something over.
Yeah, she looked at Harry and she's like, you need to get a job. Today, the Queen called everyone together for an emergency royal summit. Yes, the Queen summoned everyone to a private meeting at her royal country house, and everyone attended except Meghan Markle. I don't blame Meghan for not going, because nothing good happens when white people invite you to the countryside. Harry and Meghan want out of a life that so many people dream of having. I mean, think about it. We kiss frogs to try and become royalty. Huh? Was everything people didn't want in the royal family. She's black, she's from the middle class, she's a divorcee, and worst of all, she said the American version of The Office is way better. All the stories people would talk about, because you're watching it all over the world, they're like, yes, Meghan Markle, yes, she isn't the typical royal. Yeah. Typical royal. She comes from an unconventional family. Yes, very different.
I think Meghan is an absolute nightmare of a woman, and I do have my suspicions that he ended up with her out of, some sort of...
For years, Prince Harry and Prince William were more than just brothers. They were partners, carrying the weight of the monarchy side by side. But now, they've become symbols of a royal family torn apart, and at the very center of this feud sits Meghan Markle. According to multiple royal insiders, Meghan isn't just a bystander in the breakdown. She's the key reason William refuses to even consider reconciliation. One royal commentator recently called her the flea in the ointment, a blunt way of saying she's the irritant no one can ignore. Behind closed doors, William reportedly sees Meghan as a manipulator, someone who encouraged Harry to walk away from his duties and helped turn years of frustration into open rebellion. For William, that betrayal cuts deep. It's not just about the crown or duty. It's about losing his brother to a life he believes was fueled by resentment and ambition. What makes this even more explosive is how Harry himself has handled the situation. Sources say William could have forgiven Harry if he had come back alone. But with Meghan still in the picture, trust is shattered. And experts believe that unless Harry makes a very public and very personal apology, the chances of these brothers ever reconciling are close to zero. Think about that. Two men who once leaned on each other after the loss of their mother, now living thousands of miles apart, barely speaking, and Meghan's presence is said to be the wall that keeps them divided. And if that wasn't heavy enough, Harry's problems don't stop with his brother. Because now, even his own charity is under fire. If you thought family drama was bad, Harry's public image is now being tested by something even more damaging: money. The Invictus Games, the very project that once defined him as a global humanitarian, is suddenly caught in a storm of criticism. Reports surfaced this year that the Games have been struggling financially, with some insiders questioning whether the Sussexes are using the brand for influence rather than impact. Royal watchers claim the focus has shifted from veterans to Harry and Meghan's image, a move that sparked anger among supporters who once saw Invictus as untouchable. Even worse, whispers about mismanagement and overspending are fueling the fire. Tabloids have painted a picture of luxury trips, flashy PR campaigns, and high expenses that don't exactly line up with the Games' original mission. For Harry, who built Invictus as a legacy project after leaving the military, these headlines sting. And while none of this has been proven outright, in the court of public opinion, perception is everything. The moment the narrative turned from inspiring hero to celebrity figurehead, the trust Harry worked so hard to earn began to crack. But while Harry was facing tough questions about money and purpose, Meghan was stirring up headlines of her own, and they weren't flattering. While Harry was scrambling to manage his charities and protect his public image, Meghan Markle was mostly silent. Observers noticed her absence during critical moments, including when Harry quietly left a personal letter at a royal event for VJ Day. Meghan didn't sign it, didn't comment, didn't acknowledge it publicly. And that silence has not gone unnoticed. Royal insiders suggest her lack of support isn't just a minor oversight. It's being interpreted as a sign of deeper friction in the couple's relationship. Meghan has long been seen as someone who controls the narrative, curates her public image carefully, and chooses when to engage. And this time, her choice not to speak has raised eyebrows. Fans and commentators alike are asking the same question. Is Meghan stepping back from Harry's struggles, or is this a deliberate strategy to distance herself? Whatever the reason, the silence speaks volumes. Some analysts argue it reveals a marriage where each partner is increasingly pursuing separate paths. Harry trying to maintain relevance and purpose, Meghan focusing on her own projects and brand. And it's not just the public noticing. Sources say Harry himself has been frustrated by the lack of visible support, creating tension behind closed doors. Where there should have been a united front, there's now quiet distance. A subtle but powerful signal that the couple may be on diverging trajectories. And while Meghan stayed silent, the pressure kept mounting. And soon, private disagreements turned into public drama. Behind the glossy Instagram posts and charity appearances, sources say the Sussex household is experiencing a real power struggle. Meghan, who once relied on Harry for support, is now reportedly asserting control over decisions, from business ventures to public messaging, and that has caused friction. Insiders reveal Harry feels sidelined at times, especially when Meghan pushes forward her own projects without consulting him. Some royal commentators suggest this dynamic has created a fragile balance, where Harry is torn between loyalty to his wife and the expectations of his role in charity work. It's not just about decisions, it's about perception. Observers note that whenever a project hits turbulence, whether it's Invictus, Archewell, or her lifestyle brand, the blame tends to circle back to Meghan, whether fairly or not. And Harry, often seen as the emotional anchor, now appears pulled in multiple directions, trying to keep both public and private life intact. The tension is magnified by the scrutiny they face. Every appearance, every statement, every Instagram post is dissected, analyzed, and criticized. Sources claim that Meghan's assertive approach, combined with Harry's attempts to maintain dignity, has led to private clashes that occasionally spill into the public eye. Subtle signs of strain that fans are quick to notice. But the cracks at home weren't the only challenge. Meghan's business ventures were starting to face serious trouble, and it was about to get messy. While Harry wrestled with charities and public perception, Meghan's lifestyle brand, as ever, began showing signs of serious trouble. Insiders report unpaid vendors, ballooning costs, and production delays that threatened the very foundation of her business. What was meant to showcase her happy homemaker image now reads as a cautionary tale of ambition gone wrong. Critics point to small but glaring missteps: a bug spotted in a food post, inconsistent branding, and recipes that, while marketed as simple and elegant, failed to inspire her audience. Royal commentators argue that Meghan's early mistakes with naming and presentation have compounded, turning initial curiosity into skepticism. The situation is made worse by her reliance on curated image over authentic connection. Experts suggest that audiences can sense when someone isn't fully invested, and Meghan's posts, while polished, often lack the warmth or passion that made personalities like Martha Stewart and Gwyneth Paltrow household names. Even supporters of the couple admit that the brand's struggles reflect a larger issue, a disconnect between intention and execution. While Meghan focuses on controlling the narrative, the business side, finances, supply chains, and investor confidence, seems neglected. And without immediate intervention, sources warn that as ever could face severe consequences in the coming months. And as her brand faltered, Harry's own public missteps were piling up, and the couple's image was starting to crumble under pressure. While Meghan struggled with her brand, Harry's public image was taking hits of its own. From questionable PR stunts to charity mismanagement, critics say his actions often backfired, making him look more desperate than dedicated. One major controversy involved a highly publicized event meant to honor veterans, where Harry's approach was widely criticized as self-promotional. Veteran organizations expressed frustration, claiming the couple's presence overshadowed the cause. Social media erupted, questioning whether Harry's attention was on the mission or on maintaining celebrity relevance. Then there were ongoing issues with his charities, including Archwell and Africa Parks, which faced scrutiny over funding decisions and oversight lapses. Even when Harry aimed to showcase compassion or leadership, insiders say the results often undermined his efforts, with stories highlighting mistakes, delays, or miscommunications. Analysts argue that Harry's pattern reflects a man caught between genuine ambition and external pressure, struggling to navigate a new identity outside the royal family. Each misstep not only affects him, but also casts a shadow on Meghan's ventures, creating a feedback loop of criticism that's hard to escape. And just when you thought things couldn't get any worse, the couple's relationship itself became the next headline, and the public started noticing cracks that were impossible to ignore. The story isn't just about business missteps or public perception. It's about the couple themselves. Sources suggest that Harry and Meghan's relationship, once portrayed as inseparable, is now under intense pressure. Observers note subtle signs: fewer joint appearances, carefully curated social media posts that avoid personal moments, and rumors of tension behind the scenes. Insiders say disagreements over business decisions, public messaging, and family interactions have grown sharper. Harry reportedly struggles with feeling overshadowed by Meghan's ventures, while Meghan faces frustration over the constant scrutiny and her husband's public blunders. The result? A partnership that many now see as functional but strained, rather than harmonious. Public perception amplifies the pressure. Fans and critics alike are dissecting every appearance, every comment, and every Instagram post, searching for proof of cracks. Even small gestures, like who attends which event or whose project gets more coverage, are interpreted as evidence of tension. The couple's private life, once shielded from the public eye, now seems to play out under a magnifying glass. And as the world watches, speculation about the longevity of their marriage grows louder, fueling headlines, rumors, and endless debate. And while the media focuses on tension at home, there's another layer of drama building, one that could redefine the future of their public image entirely. So, where does all of this leave Harry and Meghan? After family rifts, charity controversies, and brand misfires, the couple is at a crossroads. Insiders suggest they must make critical choices, not just for their public image, but for their personal lives and marriage. Experts say Meghan will need to recalibrate her business approach, focusing on authenticity and genuine engagement rather than curated image. Meanwhile, Harry faces the challenge of reclaiming his reputation, finding purpose in charity work, and balancing ambition with humility. Neither path is easy, and missteps could continue to fuel public skepticism. Yet, there's still potential for reinvention. If the couple can align their priorities, support each other publicly and privately, and tackle challenges strategically, they could rebuild both influence and trust. But the clock is ticking, and every move is scrutinized. The question everyone is asking now: will this royal power couple survive the storms they've created? Or are we witnessing the definitive end of an era? It's a story that's far from over, and one that will continue to unfold in real time, with every new headline adding another twist to an already complicated saga.